Good morning, my beautiful Bhava babes. Happy Sunday. I hope your week has been epic. And here's to more epic to come following week. Welcome, welcome. Hey, leave a comment for me. Let me know you're here because I can't see who's watching. So I'd like to know, give you a big welcome. Good morning, Ursula. Nice to see you, darling. Okay, we're getting there. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Good morning, Samantha. Beautiful you. I love it. Everybody can hear me okay. Internet's okay. Let me know if there's anything weird and glitchy, but here we are. Good morning, Kira. Happy that you're tuning in today too. Hey, do we have any dads watching? If we do, happy Father's Day. In America, anyway. I'm not sure where it is in the rest of the world. Good morning, Charlotte. All right, here we are. Okay. All right. Let me think about how I want to do this. I think we should ground in, and then I want to talk about the announcements that I have for everybody. Shifting, but it's really good. I think you're really going to like it, okay? So let's go ahead and ground in, and then I'll go ahead and talk about that, and then we'll go into today's message. So close your eyes with me. Let's take 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. And maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. And you'll just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core, and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pool again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. Okay, good morning, Skyla. Ooh, Kara has a fun fact for us. What do we got here? Father's Day originated in the city I live in, Spokane, Washington. Well, hot damn, right on. Thank you. I did not know that. Thank you very much. I love facts and data, which you're going to learn about in a minute. Okay, let me talk about what we're doing here. So we've been doing our Bhava Sunday broadcast on Sundays for, I think, 2 or 3 years now. Like we've been doing it at the same time every day on Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for a while now, that time and day has been niggling at me. And I couldn't exactly tell you why necessarily. I've just been like, oh, it doesn't feel right anymore. And I would try and think about it and be like, well, what day would be better? And I just confuse myself. And I'd be like, you know what? I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep it on Sunday until like I'm kind of told what to do next. And I was told what to do next. And it's better for all of us, for everybody. I I have had a lot of conditioning around weekends, not working weekends, right? Because weekends are like, that's your time off. You got to protect your weekends. And when my son was in school and I was raising him up, like it was important for me to protect that time and kind of spend the weekends with him and do the mom thing and not work as much on the weekends. I've always worked a little bit on the weekends, clearly. I mean, I've shown up here on Sundays, but that conditioning, I realized that was actually conditioning, and weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, were a great day to show up and be of service with divine spirit, to do the spiritual work, because that's when people are available, right? Most people are working at 2 o'clock on a Monday. And I was like, oh, that's just my own conditioning. So I unraveled that, and I came to this really great place where I realized I've been wanting to expand the Bhava broadcast for a while. And it all sort of came together. You know how that happens, where you're bopping along and you're just doing your thing and you're listening to spirit, and all of a sudden the download hits and it all comes together. Just like, whoom, there it is. So what I'm going to start doing, how I'm going to expand this broadcast, is we're going to show up and we're going to continue to do the channeled message. We're going to continue to do the prayer healings and the discussion, but I'm going to add to it like more psychic intuitive forecasting. So I've been having this love affair with human design, and I'm going to start adding human design forecasting each week. So we're going to kind of educate ourselves a little bit about human design. You'll kind of get your human design chart that you can follow along with. And I'll talk to you about the energies. It's similar to astrological forecasts and forecasting, but this is human design. So the energies will, be the same, probably kind of the same kind of message, but I'm going to use human design. And then I'm going to go into weekly tarot cards for the week, which is really cool because it'll anchor in the energies. And then for people who want to support this broadcast and support the Bhava spiritual mission, for our donors, I'll do card pulls every week, all right, at the end of it. So if you want to be a support to the Bhava broadcast, then you'll be able to get those individual readings as well. And in addition, we're going to move the Bhava broadcast from Sunday morning to Saturday evening. Here's why. Sundays, I'm going to reserve for my special appointments. So what that means is every week I'm going to run specials, and they're going to be different every week. I'm thinking I'm going to run different specials every week where you can book some time with me on Sunday for a specific type of reading at a discounted rate. And it's going to be, a limited number, first come, first serve, jump on there. And those will be announced on the Saturday broadcast. So we're going to look at Saturday evening, forecasting out for the week, getting that channeled message from spirit, bringing that energy out to the collective, looking at the week ahead energetically, looking at the week ahead for individuals who want to support the broadcast and support me in showing up on these lives. And then anyone who wants to really deep dive with me will have access to those specials that I'm going to run on the Sundays, where you have one-on-one time with me. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. We're going to move it to Saturday evening and then go from there. Sundays will be open for meeting with you, which I think will be better for everyone, because Sundays, I think, are typically a better day to do appointments anyway for you guys. So that feels really, really good. Okay, Charlotte loves it. That makes me really happy. Got some hearts from Michelle and Ashley. Okay, this is all working really well. So one more thing. If you want early access to the specials that I'm going to run every week, I'm going to send that out to my email list on Fridays. Okay, and remember, this is first come, first serve, and a limited number of them. So head to my personal website, which is ingridhturner.com. It's linked in the description, and sign up for the mailing list. I got a little blurb right at the top of my homepage where you can just type your email in, and then I will send you the details early. And then we'll announce it to the public on Saturday, and then we'll go from there. But either way, you're going to get more from me as I do this shifting and dedicating my weekends now that I can, because there's no reason not to. It's only conditioning. Dedicating my weekends when you're more available, I can make myself more available and give of spirit more freely, openly, and totally. And that just feels all up and down in my body. And tell me what you think of that. I'm really excited about it. We're going to start this next weekend. Okay, so next weekend, Saturday, the broadcast will be on Saturday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you, again, join my email list, I'll send you a reminder on Friday, along with everything else that we got cooking for you, my loves, cooking. Everything is shifted for me. energetically and schedule wise. And I'm just really working on going with the flow spirit, listening to my nudges, and just diving in and saying yes without questioning too much. There's that quote that goes around that, like, once you make a decision, the universe starts moving all the obstacles out of the way. And that's really, really true. And that's something that I've really struggled with in my life, is making a decision, like a concrete commitment decision. And when it comes to things like this, just like, what do I want to do with my time? What's the best way to It gets very out here. So I'm making a decision. I'm making a commitment. I'm going with it. Kira loves it. Michelle loves it. Yep, only conditioning on the motherfucking. This is only conditioning. And Michelle, I literally woke up this morning feeling like in knots about, like, oh my God, I'm gonna start working Saturdays. Give up my Saturdays. I don't ever do anything special on Saturdays. And if there is something that comes up special on a Saturday, we will address it then and there. Okay, like, we'll work it out together, right? This is not a big deal. But yeah, that conditioning, that knot of conditioning is really strong, even for things like weekends, days off, summer vacation. How many of us love summertime? Mostly because it's the conditioning, the 12 years in school when it was like, oh, that's the only time you have off. That's the time you have freedom, right? We're always unraveling this. Additionally, I'm going to be relaunching the Soulmatic Mastermind on Saturday mornings, which will be drop-in and subscription-based, whichever one you want to do. And I'm still working out the details there. But again, join my email list if you want first access to that, so that you know what's coming and what I'm doing. And I'm going to spoil my email list. So join. Okay? Join. Okay. Announcements. Let me know if you have any questions, if anything's confusing, and I will keep you posted, and I'll move on from there. Okay. Let's talk about what Spirit has for us today. So we did our grounding meditation. We're just going to take a deep breath together. All right. Spirit takes me on these deep dives into specific topics occasionally, not always, occasionally. So the two ways that Spirit communicates with me is sometimes I'll just get a straight up download. I'll get a download and a truth that is really clear and resonates in my body when I'm clear on topics that I'm clear about, and I don't have a lot of like stuff around and a lot of self-judgment or judgment of other people. I will get these downloads that are crisp and clear, and I'll just be able to roll with Spirit. And I share those with you a lot, whatever I get. When I'm less clear, when I have murky stuff going on inside me, the way that Spirit nudges me is to take me on down these rabbit holes and these deep dives, right? And I start to get almost like obsessive about particular topics or, particular areas of spirituality or what have you. And I absorb and I absorb and I absorb, and Spirit takes me down this wending path here and there, and I absorb this information. And what it does is, however Spirit directs me, the result is that it boils down my own preconceived notions and judgments and fears, and like the nonsense that I have built up about whatever topic it is that Spirit is taking me on this deep dive down. Okay. And as my bullshit boils down and I become more open and clear, then Spirit is able to give me really powerful messages and insights that I can then come and share with you. And real quick, Samantha, I would love for you to be on my email list too. Go to ingridhturner.com, and that is linked in the description of this video on the Facebook page. You should be able to see it, or you can see it in my bio on my personal page, ingridhturner.com, and it's right there on the home screen. Okay. So these deep dives. So, the last couple of weeks, I have been on a deep dive into cults, various cults, like suspected cults, questioning cults, established cults, mass suicide. Like I've been watching documentaries, and I've been researching, I've been looking at human design charts of cult leaders, right? I've just been on this like really intense deep dive, not knowing where I'm going or why. But last night, as I was laying in bed and I just watched I think my final cult documentary, it feels like it's done now. Spirit got me the message that Spirit needed me to get. I was laying there and I was like, it just all kind of came together for me. And here's what I want to share with you. So a lot of us, and this has been myself included, and see if this resonates with you, we sort of have this belief that we can't be manipulated. We can't be brainwashed. We would know better than to go into some crazy land cult arena and fall prey to that kind of brainwashing, to that kind of manipulation. But here's the thing that Spirit really has made clear to me: we are programmable by design. We are programmable by design. Every single individual on the planet, every human being in your experience, you are programmable. And that is by design. You are meant to be programmable. And the more you resist that and believe that you cannot be manipulated, or I cannot be manipulated, of course, the more easy it is for someone to get their programming in you without you having any say of what that programming is. And by programmable, I mean you are meant to absorb information and energy and emotions and teachings and truths and allow it to percolate and transform and mutate you and expand you into your highest expression. But how do you choose what you are programmed with? What programming you let in? The first is to just get into radical acceptance that you are programmable. You are manipulatable. I don't know if that's a word. You are capable of being brainwashed. There is some ideology out there for every single human that could hook you in. I'm susceptible to things like cults and groups and indoctrination and brainwashing and everything from like the political, establishment to religion, spirituality, even like, child rearing and science, and everything can get to this like cult-like place. We are all programmable. Okay. Now here's how you decide what you're programmed with, what your programming is going to be. You have to listen to your body. The body makes the decision. The mind executes. You program the mind based on what the body is leading you towards. You have to get present and you have to love yourself. See, the reason that people get roped into these toxic situations and they get programmed in these toxic ways is because they're not listening to their body the minute they enter into this dynamic. They're listening to their fear or their ego. What is love bombing? That's a classic, cult manipulation. It's also in one-on-one relationships when you're entering into a dynamic with a very toxic person who maybe wants to control you or doesn't even know how toxic they are, just how they are. How do they hook you in? They love bomb you. They are tickling your need for love and acceptance, and is coming from a fear-based ego place. Okay, and it's not anybody's fault. None of us are taught, very few of us are taught to love themselves. Very few of us are taught to love ourselves. If you learn how to love yourself and be present in your body, you are not going to be susceptible to the picking of your ego, the tapping of your fears, the tapping of your needs and desires. We suppress our need for love, our neediness. We suppress our love of ourselves, our acceptance of ourselves, and look for it out here. And that's what makes us all susceptible to ignoring our bodies, cutting ourselves off completely, and going with what the mind is saying. Well, that must be it. That's relieving my fear for the moment. That's showing me that I'm lovable. And then, whoom, you're in, and the programming begins, and you suddenly have no control of how you're being programmed. Remember, you are programmable by design. You are supposed to be programmed. Every lifetime you are supposed to be programmed. More. That's what we're here for. Okay? So the antidote to becoming susceptible or getting roped into a situation that is toxic, that is, unhealthy, that is dangerous, that is not in your highest interest, that robs you of your power, is to stay present in the moment and love yourself. You mustn't get into a situation where you're giving your power away. And that's the other side of the coin that I want to talk about. And I talked about this last week a little bit too. Spiritual teachers, I think that a lot of spiritual teachers and organizations that end up in this sort of toxic, as a toxic manifestation, like as a cult, or even just as like an intentional community that has gone really haywire and is just really icky. I feel like a lot, not all, but a lot of these leaders and communities don't start out like that. They start out with good intentions. They start out with, this is what we need to do, this intentional community to help people and build them up. And as people give their power away, they become drunk on that power. They become corrupted. They become programmed in a way that is not good, not conducive, right? That doesn't help them or anybody else. And the more that you love yourself, again, coming back to self-love, the less interested you'll be in somebody else giving their power to you. putting you on a pedestal, telling you the greatest, getting you to help them do all the things. Even people give their power away to psychics. I've talked about this before, to spiritual teachers, to political figureheads, to whatever it is. Humans are in the habit of giving their power away, and it all comes back to not being able to love yourself, not trusting yourself, not allowing yourself to love yourself. And this is, generational conditioning, going back to that conditioning. If you love yourself, if you're feeling beautiful and you snap a selfie and you do it in front of the wrong person, they're going to be like, aren't you conceited? Right? So we're really trained not to love ourselves, to take ourselves out of the equation. But if you can really let yourself be present in your body and love yourself, the love that you give yourself, it like generates more and more and more, and it splashes out on the people around you. And you will see that your loving yourself splashes out on others, and they see themselves and how they can love themselves reflected back in you. And that's how we change the world. That's how we change the world, through love. We have to start with ourselves. And that is what gives us our power and prevents us from hurling it outside of us because we're being love bombed, because we're being fear mongered, because whatever it is. We maintain our power. And then on the other side of that, the practice of self-love means you don't want to take power from anybody. You have plenty of your own because you love yourself. The minute somebody tries to give their power to you, like, you tell me what to do, you're the best thing ever, you're the worst thing ever, you can hand that back and say, hey, love yourself more. You're good. Trust yourself. Get back into yourself. That's what we're going for. And I believe that I've seen a lot of like cult stuff come out recently. Maybe it's just because Spirit has been guiding me towards it that it's been so in my purview. But I really believe, I know this in my being, in my core, that we are moving into the golden age. We are moving into the new paradigm where things are changing. The practice of control and fear and manipulation and coercion, all the ugly things that people find themselves, roped into because they're not able to love themselves, this stuff is going away. It's going to be messy and bumpy, but we are moving into a time of love and empowerment, and people showing up in your life, spiritual teachers, guides, healers, friends, parents, who are going to be consistently helping you take your power back, helping you love yourself more. We're going to be more committed to that. And it's going to be an incredible world when all the humans can show up loving themselves, and as a result, able to fully love another person, able to fully love Earth, able to fully love God. It's going to be amazing. Samantha says, being present and loving thyself is so top priority important to keep the negative away. It really is. It really, really, really is. Every problem is solvable through self-love. Every problem is solvable through self-love. You don't have to know how. You just have to know that love is the answer. And it has to start with yourself. You cannot, it's cliche, but you cannot love somebody else if you don't love yourself. You can have love for somebody else. You can have attachment. You can have care. You can have a form of love, but you cannot fully embody and love another being or anything outside of you until you love yourself, because we are all one. We are all connected. And it starts here and splashes out everywhere, on top of all over everybody. All right. So I really want to hear your thoughts and your feelings about this message and how you want to expand on it, how you want to, any feelings that you have, any hits you have, any questions you have, anything that comes up for you. This new paradigm is about personal empowerment and love. And through that personal empowerment and love, collective empowerment, collective love, collective expansion. It goes against so much of our upbringing, our conditioning to put yourself first. It goes against so much of it. But that is the spiritual practice of this time, is how I feel, is to learn to love yourself. And by loving yourself more fully and practicing self-love, everything radiates and expands out from there. The impact you have on individuals, communities, and the collective is staggering when you fall deeply in love with yourself. Okay. All right. Let's switch gears. Let's do, Samantha says, I love this message. Yes, me too. It's so important to support each other with love. You are so sweet to share such amazing messages from higher powers. Well, thank you, darling. And you're showing up here and popping it open with us. So this is beautiful. Okay. Let's do Ursula. I'm sorry to love the parts of me I don't really like. Oh, that is the trick, right? That is it. You don't actually have to like yourself to love yourself. You don't have to like all the pieces to love all the pieces. We think that, it's like and that's true of like, family members sometimes, or friends, that maybe like people who are not good for us. We don't like being around them, or anybody who's raised a teenager. You may not like your teenager, but you sure do love your teenager. And sometimes you have to love from a distance. And that's true with ourselves as well. We have to love ourselves from a distance sometimes, or the pieces of ourselves are like, oh, I don't love it. I don't like that. I'm not good with that. When you love yourself, you get clarity on those dark pieces, and they transform, and your shadows become a part of your spiritual tool set. They become your gift. So that's beautiful. Joanne, some days are easier than others. Yes. And that is the way it'll be. It is ebbs and flows. It is spirals. It is the human experience. It is up and down and all around. And we are here for all of it. We are here for all of it. Some days we're going to be rocking the self-love game. We're going to feel empowered and be impervious to the bullshit. Okay. And other days we're going to feel more sensitive. I have more pain, perhaps more stuff coming up. We dealing with some trauma, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with any of your experience. The commitment you have to loving yourself is enough. That will take you through every door you need to walk through to get to the place where that is more consistently a part of your lived experience. Okay. All right. We really are going to do readings now. So I'm going to choose 5 people to do a reading for. You have to be on the live stream, so that starts right now. So please leave a comment and let me know if you'd like a reading, and I will go to the 5 people that I'm drawn to today. And it's interesting, I feel like my stomach is turning, and whenever I feel that, it's like we have a big energy shift. So there's some good energy shifting that is available. Please let me know you're on the live stream and you would like to get a reading. I'm here for it. Okay, great. Kira, Ursula, beautiful, beautiful. Whew, somebody's got a really big shift message. In fact, I would venture to say everyone's got a big message today from Spirit. So Kira, let's start with you. Let's see if this is yours. Okay. What I'm getting for you, sweetheart, is you're coming into, or you're soon going to be experiencing kind of an upset in life. I get this kind of, whoa, like, it feels scarier than it actually is what Spirit is telling me. I'm getting this sense of like, I'm getting like in a boat on a wave, like a big wave comes up and you think for a minute the boat's going to tip over. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. And then it comes down and it's okay. And then there will be another wave. So you're coming into a period where things are going to be like, there's this little bit of stormy weather. Okay. So Spirit says you're going to ride the waves. You're going to have some fear come up, but it's okay. You're going to be okay. This is not going to be catastrophic. The boat is not going to tip over, so to speak. You're going to be able to hold your ground, but you're definitely coming up on some energy, some energetics right now where there's going to be a bit of a storm in your life. And it's not going to be the biggest storm of your life. It's not going to be a really small one either. It's going to be like, enough to be like, oh God, I notice, but Spirit, the message from Spirit is to let you know that you're going to get through this just fine. You're not going to be hurt. You're not going to, your life is not going to be altered in any negative way. You're just going through a storm right now, and to ride the waves, and that it won't last forever. It won't even last that long, but you will have stuff come up is what I'm getting. And you're going to have some, like, I feel a lot of tension in my shoulders. You're going to become very aware of the burdens that you're carrying. You're going to become very aware of like the responsibilities that feel like soul crushing, the resistance that you have in your life. These are all the things that I associate with the tension that I feel in my shoulders. I feel a lot of energy, like nausea in the stomach. And that to me is a big energy shift. So you're needing to go through this energy. You need to go through these waves in order to get to a shifted energy in your life. When it's over, Spirit says, hang on, take me out. Okay, when it's over, you're going to feel relief for one. Like, it's going to be fine. You're going to be more stable and grounded. And the result of going through this, like, this upheaval in your life is going to be more confidence in yourself, more confidence in your body. So I get a really strong feeling of grounded, more knowing who you are, what is okay with you and acceptable to you, and what is not. And that's a really important first step for moving into the next cycle of your life. Okay, so this is important waves for you to go through. You're going to be fine. It looks a whole lot scarier than it actually is. All right, darling. Oh, okay, beautiful Ursula. Yes, please. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm feeling energy in the throat and a lot in the head, my sweet. Oh, I feel like and I feel energy in the power center. I feel like what I'm getting is there's a certain avoidance of, and it feels like it really might be a buildup too, a certain avoidance of a buildup of like a constant kind of, it's like all the little things that you let go, little things, little things, little things. Just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. But there's a buildup that's happening, and there's some anger that is developed, and it's in your body and it's in your power center. And I feel in the throat, like a block in the throat, like you don't know, like what's the point in talking about this, or like that's not going to get me anywhere, or like there's no point, no point, no point. And then I feel a lot of energy in the head, lots of energy in the head. So I want you to do this little exercise with me real quick, because when there's all that energy in the head, we need to redistribute it in the body so that you can connect with your body and connect with what's really going on inside you. So take the energy in your head and pull it down to your throat. And from your throat down to your heart. And from your heart down to your power center. And from your power center down to your sacral. From your sacral down to your root. Deep breath. Okay. Get yourself more grounded and out of your head. The things that have been bothering you, the little things, they matter. Okay. They matter to you. And so they matter. Just because they don't matter to other people doesn't mean that they don't matter. They matter to you. So you need to start getting in the habit of honoring what matters to you. Because if you honor what matters to you and you just get it out and you say it and you put it on the table, it will get resolved. Even if somebody else doesn't resolve it for you or buy into the resolution, they don't want to do the resolution, you're going to be able to resolve it when you get it out, when you communicate it out. The little things matter. The little things matter. Okay. All right. And I feel like saying, I love you. There's a message that says, I love you. Ooh, and that's a departed loved one. That feels like a feminine, older feminine energy. I might really, and I feel it very much on the left side. I would associate that possibly with a grandmother, a female lineage from the mother's side. I love you. I love you. I love you. That's all I got there, but that's coming for you. Okay, darling. All right, beautiful Charlotte. Number 3, please, if drawn. Oh, yes, I am. Okay, Charlotte. Oh, wow. Okay. So I feel tons of energy in the power center expanding, and I feel energy like a weight is down. Like you've got, like, I'm seeing Atlas, the whole world on his shoulders. But there's this power building in you, Charlotte. There's this power that is building. It is building. It is building, and it is unstoppable. You cannot stop this build of power. And very soon you're going to stand up and throw the world off your shoulders, because it is not yours to carry. Toss it back out into space. Okay. Let it do the orbit that it needs to do. Let the world take care of itself. And you're going to stand up, and I see you as this massive creature, just like, not creature, but massive being, big old being, and like taking up space. That the power is building. And the more you like hang out, the longer you hang out and don't, sit in this, like, with the world on your shoulders, the more uncomfortable you're going to get until you stand up. You have a lot in your life you got to get rid of. You have a lot in your life you got to get rid of. It is not serving you. It is not serving you. And it will happen. It is only a matter of time, because your personal power, your sense of self is building, 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 building. Your confidence is increasing. Your self-love is increasing. You got this. I love you. All right, Samantha. Yes, darling. Okay, what do we got for beautiful Samantha? Energy in the third eye. I like that. Tingling in the third eye. Back of the back of the nape of the neck. It's called the medulla oblongata. It's also called the mouth of God. So between these two things, I feel like, and then I'm feeling the power center. I feel like you're really working through stuff, Samantha. You're working through stuff in the power center, and it's giving you more connection to your own spirituality, to your own self. And I'm getting a tremendous amount of focus on the third eye, back of the neck. Meditating and concentrating on the third eye is very good for you, but it feels like maybe you're getting there on your own. Like you don't even need to do anything extra with it. It's just, there's a lot coming. Focus, willpower. Yes. Whoa, your willpower is really increasing. And I'm so pleased for you, because it feels like this has been something that you've been like you've had some indecision, like you've sort of wrestled with indecision inside yourself. And now I'm feeling focus and I'm feeling willpower. And as soon as you focus on something, your willpower will take you all the way there. It will take you all the way, darling. Okay. So this is naturally occurring for you as a result of dealing with the stuff in the power center, which has been the anger, which has been the frustration, the resentment. You are working through that, and it is increasing your focus and your willpower, and you're going to get exactly where you want to go, because as soon as you set your sights on it, you're unstoppable, especially now that you're dealing with the stuff in there. Okay. Okay, let's do, one more. Skyla. To love hurts only when it continues to be absent from thyself. If you're drawn, okay. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so glad. Resonates deeply. If you're drawn, I would love a message. Okay, my sweet. Beautiful, Skyla. I feel energy in the root, and I feel it in the throat. Things are shifting. They're shifting in the root, on the root level. It's like sands. It's like loose sand. What was once bedrock has become loose sand. And that loose sand might be scary. Also might be exhilarating. Depends on how you look at it. Anxiety and fear are the same energy. It's simply how the mind is interpreting the sensation in your body. How do you want to interpret this? Do you want to interpret this as fear, or do you want to interpret it as excitement for what's to come? Because if you can interpret it as excitement, you can clear out that throat chakra really quick. Okay. Things are changing for you. They are changing on a fundamental level. Breathe, relax into it. Let yourself be swept into the sand. I get this, I see this image of you're sitting on top of some sand and the sand is crumbling, and it's like on a hill, like a sand dune, right? So you're on a sand dune and boop, 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 and it's crumbling. And then pretty soon you're going to just slide down the dune. I've never seen anybody do that, but it's crumbling beneath you. So you're going to slide down the dune, and you could be excited about this, like you're sledding down a sand dune, like, wow, or you could be terrified. You can be terrified because you don't know what's going to happen, but it's sand. So if you go tumbling, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get hurt. Spirit says you're not going to get hurt. If you can shift your perspective from one of fear of what's to come and the changes that are happening inside you that you're very aware of, that are going to result in changes outside of you in your whole dynamic, change that. You reframe that from fear to excitement. Your throat chakra will clear. You will be able to speak, and you will become the mystic that you were born to be. And this mystic is somebody who goes through life easy and following her intuition, her impulses, and talking to the right people who are placed in front of her, sharing her heart and her love, and leaving people changed, marked, expanded for the rest of their life. That's what's available to you. And it's going to take a perspective shift to make it easy. Is it exciting or is it scary? You choose. You choose, my love. Okay. Oh, that was great. Thank you so much for being on here and hearing the message and contributing to the message and allowing me to be of service and read for you. If you found this broadcast helpful, please share it out with your friends. Invite people to like the Bhava page or the Ingrid page, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And let's build our community. Again, as of the announcements, next week, we are going to do our broadcast on Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday evening. Go to my website to sign up for my email list if you want early access to the Sunday specials that I'm going to be sharing each week. And if you have found this broadcast helpful and you want to support the Bhava Spiritual Mission, please consider leaving a donation. You can leave a one-time donation or a recurring donation. Again, the link is in the description of the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you on Saturday or sooner in my email group. All right? Thank you again. I love you.